And yes, so usually when we talk about love, it can take longer than expected. It's always better to give us a time limit. We can talk on and on till morning hours. So today we are talking about how to create emotional bonding in relationships. When you talk about the word relationships, it does not tailor only, let me say, man, woman, intimate affairs or romantic affairs or that kind of love. When you talk about relationships, you talk about a general term called love. So when we present love, we don't present it only in matters of intimacy and romantic kind of angle. We look at love as a general love for all. So relationships can base in friendship, can base in a family, it can base in work relationships, it can base in acquaintances, colleagues. Those are all relationships. And okay, so bonding, when you talk about the word bonding, bonding means someone to feel you in your obsession. Bonding means something which is very strong, something which keeps the two people together for quite a long time. The reason for relationships is to enjoy each other's company for quite longer. All of us get into relationships with an intention to stay longer. Nobody gets married, nobody gets into friendship, nobody gets into any kind of relationship with a reason to break up. I think all of us are aware of that. So when we look at relationships and we look at it in a way of finding a way of keeping the two of us together longer, especially when it comes to romantic affairs, that is the most important. Many relationships fail in life, not because people don't love each other. Love as a spiritual kind of aspect can happen. But what keeps the two people together longer is the bonding. Everything needs bonding, even the animals. You can't bond with a dog if you don't emotionalize it. It won't bond with you. You can't bond with your work if you don't emotionalize it. So when you talk about emotional, we mean those things that keep you, a strong force in you that can keep you and that thing together, which you can't put in words. You cannot explain why you're with this person. You cannot explain why you've been married for the last 25, 45 years. But that thing that keeps you together is what we call emotional bonding. So today, our major point is that to see how can we create this bond. When you talk about
oh wow. Naye nga wegwasigalawo.
So when we talk about emotional bonding, we look at those small things that you do in relationships that can keep you with your loved ones. So when we enter into relationships, one of the things you must know is that don't waste your time falling in love or being in love with someone with that word love in a general term. Care more on bonding with that person before even you get into deeper. When you bond, love gets stronger, longer. When you don't bond, love will happen for a short while and it will what? It will disappear. Because love, yes, happens and love can actually fade. And the sparks can get off and then year in, year out, the two of you may not find any reason to be together. So I'm just going to give you just some small highlights in the interest of time, which can help all of us, each one of us in this session, to keep our relationships. So when I talk about relationship, I want you to talk about intimacy alone. Now think about your personal relationships with your friends, with your family. All that is relating. The word relating means, doesn't mean that you need to be the same. No. We need to find a common ground. The common ground, the two of you meet, you find the differences, the similarities, and you can now stand each other. That's what they call a relationship. Relationship means you find a common ground. We are different, but this is what joins us together. So let's talk about that. I'll just give you the 7, if the time allows us. And most of them are obvious, you do them, but maybe the 2 or 3 may not be obvious. So we are going to talk about the 7 ways you can create an emotional bond. And I thank you very much if you're having a pen and paper, being in class, because this is the free given session. One is, according to the book, 5 Languages of Love, it is written that spending quality time with somebody, the more time we spend with people, the more we bond with them. If you want to fall in love, if you want somebody to fall in love with you, if you want the relationship to stay longer, the friendship to stay longer, or anything in life, even being an animal, even if it's a dog, the more time you spend with it, the more bond you create. So time bonds us with people if we give them a lot of time. Accessibility, proximity is all created because of the time we spend with people. So if you're having a loved one who you don't meet, who you don't see, who you text, but you never have any physical meetings, that is not a perfect relationship, because a text message is not a good way to relate. Text messages, they are a good way of communication, but they don't guarantee a committed relationship, according to psychology. So what we think is, when you spend more quality time with someone, you give them more time to understand you and to you understand them. Understanding each other, the differences and the similarity is the origin of relating. If I relate with you and I understand you, Emmanuel Mwaka, it means I've known you. So relating gets more quickly, and then the more time I spend with you, the more I fall in love. So time spent with someone is the love we build. So if you don't want to build any love relationship with anyone, just reduce the time you meet. The love will disappear. If you want somebody to fall in love with you, spend more time with them. Love will blossom, because love works also in proximity. The more time I see you, the more time you see me, we create that bond. That spark comes when you spend more time together. So spending quality time with your family, with your loved one, with your friends, can create that bond between the two of you, because you seem to be understanding each other. Next thing, 2 is having mutual respect for each other. You see, respect and love move together. Respect and love move together. You can't love what you don't respect, and you cannot respect that which you don't love. So many relationships suffer because of lack of respect mutually. Why? Because we take each other for granted. The more we stay with people longer, the more we keep together longer, the more we take each other for granted. What they say, when someone becomes familiar to you, familiarity can breed contempt. Someone thinks it's obvious. We are married. I mean, we love each other. Well, I know them, they don't really care. So mutual respect, when somebody does respect you, they'll respect the relationship. Respect means returning their calls in time, text them back when they text you. That is all part of respect. Uplifting each other in downtime, that is part of respect. Making them have that feeling that they're a priority. When someone doesn't make you feel a priority, it's very hard for you to love them. Sooner or later, you fall out of love. So lack of respect, lack of mutual respect can create a very big gap in relating with another person. So if you want to bond with someone longer, show mutual respect for each other. How do you respect someone, especially when it comes to matters of communication? You don't communicate, and then you lose the relationship. Why? Because lack of communication or no communication or inadequate communication means no relationship. The word relationship and communication are intertwined. You can't communicate to somebody you're not related to. So if the communication is not going on and somebody is not returning texts, they're not calling back actually. You call 7 times and they don't return a call, or you don't even bother calling back, or they don't call you. The relationship is not taking place. So how to know that anyone is not in a relationship with you? Look at the communication gap. Are they communicating? That is a part of respect. So respect comes with also communication and giving someone that chance to know that they're a priority in your life. Number 3, keeping promises. The value of Lottery International is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Yeah. Friendships, those 4 word tests all create that angle of somebody to keep their promise. If you don't keep a promise with a loved one, if you say something and you don't do it, you are married. You are in a long-term relationship, but then your words and the action are not congruent. It means the relationship is on rocks. So lack of keeping promises, the reason why many people fall out of love, somebody who is not sincere, somebody who is not true, somebody who lies a lot, who never keeps their word, they're not a good way to relate with you. You know? So soon or later, somebody avoids another person. Truth, trust, openness can create. When somebody trusts you, when somebody says, I love you, the word means I trust you. When I say I trust you, it means I love you. So love and trust also are intertwined. So when you're not true, when you lack truth in your character, then love is far away from you. So many relationships fall out of alignment because of lack of trust. So truth should be your value. If you want to create a bond with somebody, please keep your promises. What you're not going to do, don't say it. Okay? We feel security when we're with people we trust. When I'm not secure with someone, I cannot love them. When I don't have insecurity with being someone who's going to lie in me, with or or in love. So basically, keep your word always. Make sure that your promises are fulfilled. Promises and love move together, and those are the values of Dr. International. Number 4, get to understand your partner's interests. The reason why many relationships fall off the track is selfishness. Selfishness is the habit where people care more about their interests, not other person's interests. When you are relating in life, not only in intimate relationships, not only in romantic affairs, even in business, when you are with a prospect, try to do what they call need assessment. Need assessment, understanding another person's needs, is the beginning of getting what you want from them. Because if you don't understand my needs and I don't understand your needs, it's very easy for me to give you what you don't need. And then the relationship will not be thriving. So when we are in relationships, get to understand what is Grace Kabie's interests. That is what they call relating. What does Penina like? Does Dorothy like this? Get to know what do people want. When you are relating in any angle in life, don't care about your interests first. Find out what does the other person want. When you give a human being what they want, they will give you quickly what you want. Quickly. That's what they call need assessment in psychology. So when you don't do need the assessment in relationships, and then you take what you want, and then you impose it to another person, the relationship will not thrive. So I would think, let us understand the assessment. When you're with a partner, need assessment is number 1. What do they need? And then when you understand what they need, what are their interests? It is very easy for you to relate with them. So shared values lead to shared life. If I don't share my values with you, we can't share life. We have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to communicate. You're wasting my time, I'm wasting your time. Relationships fall out because people do not understand each other's needs. We are different. So when you are in front of anybody, even prospects in business, first do what they call need assessment. What does Mariam want? Give me what I want, I'll give you what you want. Don't come with what you need and then you impose it on me. That's what human psychology is all about. So people who have understood human psychology, when I go in front of any prospect in life, I look at what they need, not what I want. When I give you what you want, you'll easily give me what I want because I've tapped into your emotional part. So when you get into another person's interest, your wife's interest, your girlfriend's interest, your friend's interest, your company's interest, they will give you what you want. Why do people don't get what they want? Why are people struggling in life? They don't need assessment. They never take time to sit down and find out what does Grace Kabie want. They look at what I want. So they come with what I want and they impose it to Grace Kabie. And by the way, Grace Kabie won't give you what you want because you've not given her what you want. So the value is, who gives you first? The one who has done the need assessment. That is psychology now. So even in relationships romantically, when you're with someone, first do need assessment. We are different. Does my wife like gifts? Does she like quality time? Does she like, talking and sharing her, her days, how the day gone? Get to know and understand her interest. Then she'll basically give you what you want. It's called need assessment in relationships. Don't impose what you want. Give me what I want and you get what you want. Number 5, protect your relationship from other people. A relationship is built by 2 people, man and woman, who said I love you and someone said I love you back. Whoever attended your event, whoever came to the wedding, those were all naysayers who wished you well. But when it comes to a relationship, relating, it is the two parties in the relationship who understand each other. Nobody can ever explain to you why the two of you are together. It is you and them. It is you and them. So most of the time, many people fail in life, in relationship, because they bring in third parties with their opinions. Opinions of why did you marry a brown woman and you wanted a dark one? Religion, so you cannot explain all that. Many relationships are failing because of other people, not the ones involved. So I would think if you're in a relationship with someone, if you're married to someone, keep the relation between the two of you. Any decision of the third party, it must be either a priest or a counselor, not other people, because every home has a prayer, the Chinese say. Every home has a problem. So as I'm having a problem, someone else is having a problem in their home. So nobody could ever come to give you a solution to your home when they also have problems in their home. So if you have any problem in a relationship, go to the professionals to help you, but don't discuss your matters of relationship with another third party. Okay? So when it comes to love, like I said recently on Valentine's Day, I was speaking to I think on TV, love is separate. Okay? The separate to love is keeping love separate. So don't expose your relationship out there, trying to find solution, telling everybody, think that you're finding a solution for the problem. When it comes to a relationship, protect it from other people. Everybody is looking for the one. It's as if it is like our body, like I'm looking for the one. I'm looking for everybody's looking for the one to love or to love them back. So everybody has a problem. So if you have any issue in a relationship, visit a professional, talk to a professional who is not sided on anybody, and they'll give you their judgment, not other people, friends and family. When it comes to friends and family, meetings of family, you will sit for a long time. Every family has a prayer. Everybody has a prayer. Even the ones in the meeting have problems. Okay? So relationships is a very delicate issue. Protect it from other people. Try to address any kind of pressure from outside. Protect your guardian. Your two people who made a decision to move the chain of love. Other people are not involved. Put that in your head. Okay? If there's anything to involve them, go to the priest, go to the sheikh, go to a counselor, go to a psychologist, somebody who is trained for that part, not a friend and family members. Otherwise, you will never find solutions for your problem. Love is the separate, okay? The separate to a happy relationship is keeping the relationship separate, not to expose it to whoever. The Baganda said, don't put your problems over home all over, everywhere, because you try to find a solution quickly, okay? Just invest in that time, look for professional help, and they will help you. Then being all over the place. Protect the relationship from other people. Number 6, celebrate each other always in the relationship. When we stay with each other for quite a long time, we ignore the parts of the journey. The beauty of life is that every season must be celebrated. Every rising of the sun to the setting of the sun, there's something to celebrate about somebody. Taking each other for granted because we know each other, we spent a long time with each other. I mean, I know you, you know me. We take those things for granted. Life is celebrated always and every day. So always remember that what keeps two people together bonded are those small details we pay attention to. Celebrate each other's birthday, celebrate a child's birth, celebrate a pre-primary, celebrate someone graduates, celebrate everything. Life is a celebration. Don't think that it's wasting money. No, it is relating. Remember, happiness in life does not depend on what you have or what you've made. True happiness in life comes out of the relationship you build. What is a relationship? Giving time to somebody, understanding with them, being with them, celebrating with them. Those moments create a bond. In the Indians, they eat as a family. Every evening, the whole family is sitting together. Every day is like a party because they know that is the source of origin of relationships. Here in our African culture, people don't even care. Everyone eats the way they want. So when we look at celebrations, look at birthday celebrations. We had Valentine's on Monday. People never gave out gifts to loved ones, and they're saying I love you, and they're still continuing in a fake thing. So my value is to stand for truth. I don't stand for fake stuff. I want black or white, not gray. Okay. So if a Valentine has come and you didn't give a loved one a gift, and you're continuing a journey of whatever you call love, to me that's not love. You know, so because love is built on giving, I was teaching on TV on Monday. Giving is love in action. If love does not involve giving anything, whether quality time or service or gifts, there must be giving. If there is not giving, that is not love. That is another definition of love, but not love. Maybe narcissism or what. So what I want is people to understand that they should celebrate those small issues in life. When you have a loved one, you have a birthday. I do give hampers, even did some hampers to some people who missed the Valentine's now, and now they wanted to give to their loved one. It is always never too late, because that will never come back again. What does a gift do? It humbles them. It makes them forgive with you. It creates memories. Paying attention to celebrations is part of bonding in families. Don't ignore your small girl when she's growing. Take pictures of that girl every level of life, because those are the memories you're going to create for her future. Don't ignore that part. No matter how busy we are, the life is so busy, we are making a lot of money will never end, and there's not enough of it coming in. However, relationships are not built on money. Relationships are built on the time we spend with each other. So remember important days, celebrate anniversaries, each other's successes. Christmas is coming, Eid is coming. Those are days when you have to pay attention to your loved one. Celebrate each stage of growth in another person's life. Lastly, as we are ending, today I'm in time and I'm so happy because I've never kept time like this, maybe because it's on Zoom. Embrace the culture of gifts. Yeah, this one looks obvious, but it's not obvious. Giving is love, and it's what has taken me miles. Somebody who does not give is very mean, and they have nothing coming back to their life. It's like a sea, actually a dead sea, which never gives up water and it never receives any, so it's just dead. Okay? So don't be a dead sea. When you have somebody you love, even in friendship, somebody's having a birthday, please remember them. Your wife is having a birthday, please remember her. If somebody's having a wedding celebration, please remember them. It's anniversary. Thank you, darling, for being with my wife. There's a guy who has bought a gift to me, married for 35 years. Actually, I didn't even see him, just called me. I told him my team delivered a gift to the wife. 35 years, for crying out loud. Somebody to be with you 35 years, that has even become a sister now. A sister who will be with you till death do your part. So the value of life in relationship is not the sparks we get when we are starting a relationship. The value of life is the time we spend together. Wine gets more sweeter as time goes by, not in the initial stages of making the wine. So a relationship becomes sweeter the longer we stay together. That's why when the president called me, actually I wasn't supposed to be here because I had other values, but because I've served Luther for a long time and we have a relationship, it was quick for me to make a decision. It was so quick for me to say, okay, yes, okay, give me the ID, let's get started, because there is a relationship. Don't forget, I'm not a Rotarian. I'm just giving service to humanity. Why? I've built a value with Rotary for quite a long time, and I've moved in all those clubs, and I see that the value of Rotary is giving, and I'm part of that. I love giving, and I will only give my service through education because it is freely given by the universe. I'm not charged by anything. So basically, a relationship is built with the time you spend. The longer you spend with someone, the more simpler it gets. One writer quoted that, why do men in the age of 50s and 60s become broke? Because they divorce their asset and they marry a liability. They divorce their old woman they have spent 45 years with, and they get a new one. Because every time you begin a new relationship, you're investing in it to prove a thing. But when you have an old relationship, it was faster for me to be at Rotary. I've not seen the president, we've not even talked on the phone, and here I am. Why? I've built a value of a relationship, and the relationship has been quite longer. Okay, so let's look at life in matters of time spent and the values we build with time than the quick fixes where people are in sparks of short-term relationships which are not sustainable. So if you want to keep a relationship longer, please embrace the culture of giving a gift. How do you get a gift? Don't even move. Like what I've done for this people today. Just call my number. Tell me, Mariam, I have a wife, I have a girlfriend, I have so and so, I have a husband. Deliver for me a gift. I'll do it perfectly because my value is truth and excellence. and then you deliver to the loved one. I've made it easier for you to deliver love without even moving, if you cannot even move, because maybe someone doesn't have even time to think about it. What I really want out of life is people to embrace love as an ingredient of success. Why is love the pivot of success? Why? Because when you look at the triangle of life, where we look at the physical, the mental, the social, the finances, the spiritual aspect of life, we look at every ingredient in it, there is love. Love is the emotional part of every part. Whether you're physical health, whether you're talking about mental health, whether you're talking about social health, whether you're talking about financial health, you find love there. So love is a force. Don't take it for granted. Which means that when you have a lot of it and you give a lot of it, you get more and more and more in life. So embrace the long-term relationships you're having. Don't look at the short sparks of the excitement of short-term relationships which come by the way. Look at the value of how long you stay with somebody and embrace the fact that they've known you quite longer. That is where the gold is. The gold is not in this short-term, quick relationship to build. The gold is in the long-term relationship to build. And once again, I said, if you want to bond with someone emotionally, those are the 7 things I try to look out for to help the Rotarians build their relationship longer. Giving being the fact. Why do I embrace gifts? Why? Because the gift talks on your behalf. You say less. Somebody who talks a lot in love doesn't give out anything. And then you lose a lot of your saliva, you talk a lot, and then they don't even believe you. Okay? So it even builds trust. It builds trust, it creates security, and then somebody relates you on spot. So if you have a relationship out there where someone has loved you for a long time, and then you've been agreeing and disagreeing, which is part of the health of relationship. Because for having a healthy relationship or marriage, you need to disagree and agree. Disagree and agree, that is part of relating. Yes, it is very, very normal to disagree and agree for 35 years. That is relationship. Giving a gift will sort the other part of disagreement. And then someone will say, oh, I'm valuable. Other parts, we can dig it out. Once again, I'm Mariam. I'm the author of 3 amazing books: The Lady's Guide to Emotional Happiness, The Lady's Guide to Fulfilling Relationship, and The Journal. I'm so passionate about counseling and making sure that families stand. Family being the foundation of growth in the society. Lack of family values, lack of trust, lack of that 4-way test, the society is in a mess. So we are looking at that value where the families are emotionally entangled, where someone can keep another person quite longer than enjoying short sparks. I've met you today, 1 week, 2 months, let's marry next week. That is not the value of love. Love is built in the interest of time. Thank you so much for listening, and that's the end of the session. Thank you, Madam President.
Members, can we? Thank you, Maria, for the very nice presentation about love. I believe that we all want to fall in love. And we have got some tips on how to sustain our love relationships. At this point, I'm going to call upon questions, comments, and I hope, Maria, you're ready to take them on. Maria, I first met Maria at the Rotary Club of Kampala, Sese, many years ago, and I liked her talk, her expressions about love. And when I gave her a call, she didn't hesitate. She couldn't make it here, but she accepted to talk to us on Zoom. And because this has been a Valentine week, I thought it clear that we should talk about love. Someone has said the week for Kajanja, but I think we love the Kajanja. So questions for those online, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have any additions, please write either in the chat room or raise up your hand. And the speaker will be able to pick it from the chat room, or we listen to it. Questions for those who are around? Doreen, do you have any questions, any comments? I hope, first wait until the sound is clear.
So, Madam President, would you allow?
Thank you, the presenter, she's speaking. Thank you, presenter. You are such a wonderful beauty girl that has delivered a message which sometimes we fear to say. I'm happy you said it right when our men are hearing. Yes, I'm waiting to get feedback from Rotea and Deborah because doctor is here. We want to get feedback and know that messages have really worked. I will request for your contact because I want you to deliver a flower to someone. Yes, so I need your contact, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doreen, for your compliment. The contact, she will share it on chat. I'm happy to have my Valentine around. I hope he has got tips. I want to see them being put in practice. I have also got tips and I'm going to apply them right away. Any questions, any comments? I have a question for the presenter. Some people believe that when men express love, it's a sign of weakness. That men should be like, they should not be emotional, they should not express love, they should put those tough faces. So what is your comment? I mean, I'm specifically talking about African men. What is your comment about that? Because some men from Western Uganda, they say the fact that I married you is enough to show you that I love you. So what is the good thing, Madam, comment on that?
Yes, Madam President, the good thing you've commented that Africa, you've said Africa, the men are maybe feeling maybe shy to express, but for the white it's okay. When the white man loves, they show love. They show it. So why in Africa, I think it's a culture which we cannot take away. It has been quite there for a long time. Fighting culture is a loose end because nobody has succeeded to do that. When it comes to love on the side of men, I want you to read my book, The Lady's Guide to Fulfilling Relationship and True Happiness. I told you the difference between how a man experiences love and how a woman experiences love. When it comes to the male, they are logical. They're not emotional beings. They are logical. So when a man can fall in love and it is very right, they can also get silly at some point in life. They can waste time. They can, be in love and get wasted. But those are rare cases. They are rare cases. So when it comes to men expressing love, they can experience. They can give it to you in very different ways, not necessarily the way you want it. If you want to relate with men, is to understand the psychology behind the man. How do they relate? How do they relate in matters of relationship? The way we treat love is not the way they treat love. We talk a lot. We like talking. They like listening. We talk a lot. They listen more. We like detailed things. They like simplicity. They don't want many words. They want few on point. We want many words. And somebody has to repeat, I love you every day. Even when someone married you, you want to hear that word again. That is the psychology of humanity. So men are different. Women, we are different. The only woman who will relate with a man well is to understand that we are not the same when it comes to the way we relate. What we call love is not what they call love. When you understand that men, when it comes to physical intimacy, what they call S3X, it is what is important on his head. When it comes to love, for us, we want love. For them, they want S3X. So for them, they're looking at it in that value. For us, we're looking at, let's talk. I need to understand. They don't have that time. Being that nature made it that way, and you can never change it. The only thing for any woman to do is to understand the psychology of a man. Why do they behave like that? You can never change that. So when a man falls in love, he may not experience or give love the way you want it. because the definition of how love should be pertaining to the woman is different the way he sees it. When they are trying to give love, we don't even see it because that's not how we want it. What I call need assessment, now we are going to need assessment. Need assessment means that when you look at your husband, your partner, don't look at what you want. Look at what do they want. I told you, in my book I said, a man can easily relate with a woman and even have sexual intimacy when they are not even interested in love with them. When it comes to love, it is a very distant word for man. Women love. Men like S3X. So get into your head that that's how they reason. When you understand the psychology of a man, you'll understand why they behave like that, and you cannot change that. Okay? So anything which you cannot change, don't even waste your time asking that. How can we talk with, and then I want us to talk. Can we talk, honey? Come, let's talk. You're giving somebody a hard time. So let's get into that psychology of understanding the male brain, how it works, and why they are so logical and not emotional like us. As we want to talk, they listen more because their brain is not wired like us. They use the right brain. We use actually both brains. We are multitaskers, and that's how God made it. Why are we together in the same world when you're different? We don't know. That's how God made it. So happy relationships, happy families is to understand the psychology of a man. If you want to understand the psychology of a man, please read my book, Ladies' Guide to Emotional Happiness, Ladies' Guide to Fulfilling, which I really explain the men, the way they reason and how they treat love. It will be obvious why they have sex and they don't even love. And then you wonder, we thought we were in love, but he's not even interested, by the way. He won't even marry. And he says, I love you so much. So that's how the psychology of man works. Thank you so much. Any other question, please?
My question is about the rate of divorce in the world. When you talk about America, almost 30 couples divorce every 1 hour, and this is the first catching on even in Uganda. You said that whites express a lot of love better than us, but why is the divorce rate so high in those societies? It is first catching on here, especially in the elite couples. Can you throw some light on this? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. When it comes to divorce, the word divorce, actually God is against divorce. The word divorce is the sign, one, when you marry, we don't marry to get out. When somebody says, when you get into the marriage, you have to know that it's like a long-term stuff, okay? Why are the divorce rates going up in many countries? It's because the values at which people, or the values which people base on to marry others are wrong. People are marrying for wrong reasons. People are marrying for beauty. People are marrying for cash. People are marrying for citizenship. People are marrying, it's like manipulative. They're manipulating love. The word love and trust move together. If people marry for the real reasons, for the right reasons, and for long-term reasons, they will keep together for a long time, which is what we're talking about now. If people marry for wrong reasons of short term, when the time comes, they have to fall out. It's like making a business with an intention of making money. Maybe a sum of maybe $50,000. When you get the $50,000 and it does come, it means the business meaning. So when people marry others, when they are trying to manipulate love, I'm marrying so and so because he has money to take care of my needs. That is a very short-term relationship. I'm marrying her because I want beautiful children. Yes, the beautiful children come and they grow and they will leave you, and the two of you are stuck together when the thing is already gone. So the true value in life is to look at the prudency of every decision you're taking. Is it, how long will you stick with the decision? If you are marrying somebody with the short-term reasons, why are the whites divorcing? Because they fall in love quickly without even doing due diligence. They don't do diligence. They don't know where someone comes from. They don't understand the character. Character, is this person congruent with me? Are they true? Those are things that the forward test. If somebody has those 4 things in them, you can stay with them longer. But if any of them betrays the trust you put in them, you can't have that marriage for long. So why are people divorcing their money? They are marrying for wrong reasons. Wrong reasons which are short-term and manipulative. They are marrying for love, for money. They are marrying for beauty. They are marrying for short-term things which are not sustainable. Because if you marry somebody and COVID came and then the money vanished, you have a reason to stay there. You leave. Okay. So when we are creating relationships, that's what I say. Let's embrace emotional bonding. How do we bond emotionally? By creating those things I've told you that can keep people longer. In fact, when you are with somebody, try to enter into their life values, visions. When somebody gets into your vision, because the vision is a longer time. Yeah? If I'm doing this, this is a long time. If somebody does not enter this vision, it means we shall fall off because the vision will stay and it chooses the people who connect with me. So when you're with somebody, try to marry them into your vision. Okay? Love is not enough. Sex is not enough. Vision is everything. Because when you build a vision and I enter into your vision and we are married, we can stay longer. We shall argue, many things will come. We shall face a lot of problems. But when we have a shared vision and a shared value, it will keep us together longer. So I would say we marry for wrong reasons. Thank you. Any other question, please?
Some questions online, then we'll come back to the questions here. I'm going to request Evelyn to read for us the questions. Maria, some of these questions are online. Can I open on? Yes. Maria, some of the questions are in the chat room. We are going to read them out, but you can and see how you can handle.
Someone is saying, can I bond with my boss? Yes, if you use those things I told you.
Maria.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maria, that you can read each question by yourself. You can
yes,
read
I think
the
I
question and then you can answer.
Yes, let me do that maybe. Yes, let me. The questions are many, very, very many. Let me see. Where can I start? Somebody is asking for my contact 772-83-1057. In case you want your gift delivered, in case you want any book delivered, please WhatsApp any of those numbers. 0772 number 831057. So someone says, so does it mean if I am in love with someone and he's not giving me gifts, but says he loves me, he doesn't? Well, one, he may be having many of you. Two, giving gifts may not be his value. Maybe he doesn't understand. Even many men don't give you gifts because they don't know the use of gifts. They are too busy for that. That's why I'm putting up a service where we deliver the love. We deliver it, we write a card, everything is done by the company to your destination, okay? So he may be loving you, but he does not understand the value of giving gifts. And it's you to tell him, honey, I love gifts so much. Introduce him the idea, or else we cannot tell whether he's in love or he's playing around. So someone says, we tend to think that it's only men who give gifts. What is your take on this? It is very wrong, okay? It is very wrong. When you have a crush on any man, and if you're a single woman, and you see a guy you like, and you really like him, but you cannot say the word I love you, which is very hard. Take a gift, okay? Take a gift. You know, if you're going to any great person, carry a gift. Never go empty-handed. A gift reminds somebody that you like them and you value them. So what they say, they call it what? Wait a gift. When you give a gift to Mazoko, wait a gift, let them say the word, okay? I love you will come from them, but you've done the first part of giving a gift, which is simple, you know? So I would say giving gifts is even for a woman, okay? Don't leave it for the men's side, okay? If he's not giving you, like what the other lady said, give first, okay? Perhaps even you, to men, you know? So someone is saying here is, oh yeah, okay, we want to hear, I love you every day, ha ha ha, okay, someone is just commenting. Men do not love, and they love in different ways. Yes, men do love, but they don't love the way we want as women. Every man has a way they love, okay? Someone may be very tough, but they love you so much, okay? It is about now looking at what he does. The actions is what will tell whether they're in love or they're for play. How about striking a balance where men are encouraged to also understand the psychology of a woman? Yes, that's why I told a man should read Ladies' Guide. Why I balanced it by telling you how women reason, on the perspective of a woman. I wrote that as a woman. Then I wrote about also men as a psychologist, how they reason. When you understand that women talk a lot, they like talking. Naturally, we like talking. Honey, can we talk? We like talking, but they don't like talking. Okay. So in need assessment, you give somebody what they want to get what you want. Okay. You listen even when you don't have any intention. As simple as that. So which means when you want somebody to listen to you or to give you what you want, talk to them. Okay. Because that's what they want. As simple as that. Okay. So I think those are the questions. I don't see any other. Mariam, can I bond with my boss? Yes. Like I said, you need assessment. If you see somebody, don't look at what you need from them. Look at what they need from you. How do you bond with your boss? Of course, understanding their vision, their mission, their objectives. When you marry the objective of the company, the boss likes you. When you don't marry the objective of your company in your brain, they don't have any reason to do with you. Okay? So I think that's all. Some men lie, right? Someone is saying some men lie, right? Because they say I love you when they don't, because you want to hear it. Right? So for them, they do need assessment. You want marriage, it talks about marriage. You want love, it talks about love. They are doing what they call need assessment. If someone wants marriage, talk about marriage. If they want children, talk about children. They will get your attention. As simple as that. Lastly, does marrying someone outside your social class yield better results? Never. Never. Why? Because you've given yourself a lifetime job. I am contemplating of getting a girl from the village. This is someone from Rotary Club of Nansana. Gambia, he's thinking of marrying it from the village. My dear, even when the villager gets to town and starts using makeup, she starts putting makeup, or she gets into town and she sees perfumes and what, she'll also become like other women, okay? So the issue is marry from a social class, never go lower, okay? Unless you're looking for a servant. If you're looking for a worker to serve you, go to the village. But if you're looking for an equal partner in a relationship, like what we say, people are marrying for wrong reasons. You're marrying to secure yourself from questions by marrying a villager. She will be a villager for 3 years and that happiness. But when she understands electricity, how they use it, she gets onto social media, WhatsApp, and then she understands that people use makeup in town. And then she will get her class now, which is not your class. That's when you understand what you've done to yourself. So at the end of the day, do not cheat life, okay? Marry from a social class, people who can reason with you, okay? When you reason together, you fight, you argue, but you're in your social class. It will be softer. But when you marry somebody who is so far away from your social class, one day they will grow. They will grow. They will grow and even they will marry their class, not your class. And then one day you find out with someone, maybe the Chutex man or what, because they are communicating. You're marrying somebody who is not your level. In other words, you're even a narcissist, I'm sorry to say. Who is a narcissist? Someone who chooses somebody who is naive to put love, to inflict leadership and power to get what they want. But that is for a short while. As time goes on, she'll run away from you and she'll get back to her social class. I think those are the questions, Madam President. I don't see any other question coming in.
Thank you, Maria. I hope we don't have any other questions. We are just at the top of the hour, and I think we should close it at this time. Do we have any questions here? Let me call upon Rotarian Rogers to give a vote of thanks. Yes, this is Valentine's week, and it's good we have got the right topic. Those who don't have their spouses here, it's okay to feel bad, but you can invite them to join Rotary.
Thank you, President. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Chengera, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our guest speaker for the topic that has well discussed. I don't think we would have gotten a better speaker than her for today's topic. So we are really very grateful. that she has ably discussed each and everything that we wanted to hear.